I just seen the Truman Show for the first time, and it kind of just is still on my mind. I've been thinking that my life was scripted in some way for the longest, and now I'm kind of pissed that if it were to be so, people wouldn't be able to tell you. Like, they wouldn't be able to bring that enlightenment to you because you would have to figure it out yourself. I'm like, damn, I mean, if just tell me. And what really stood out to me was how yesterday I was actually just contemplating the idealism of synchronizations, and how when you follow through with your intuition, if the differentiation between if this is coming from my core self or this is something that's sent to me, and how you really know if the difference between it. And then so we were talking about how when I tried DMT through shrooms, I literally had a trip where I went, it seemed like I went through time, like the streets were changing as we were driving. And what else? I felt like people were watching me, and then like I was televised, and it wasn't just one person, like God, that was watching me, and that it was several people. Look at me, I'm sweating and whatnot. Anywho, it felt like it was and it really felt like a project, like you really are a project, and it's graded gradually through every decision, through every choice, through every choice. And that trip kind of freaked me out a little bit, because it really did change my perception of my personal reality for that moment. And so I was like, oh no, I don't know if I would ever try it anymore. But I don't know now. I mean, I'm currently in a detox. So my detox consists of obviously no sex. That was like probably the strongest one so far. I'm like 3 months. They say when you withhold from what is the term? I don't know for women. I know men it's like ejaculation. You're referring from semen retention. I don't know what the term is for women though. But when you refrain from that, it builds up your immunity to the system of the matrix, which meaning like things that are gonna try to prevent you from what you're trying to do in life. And it also helps like build up your solar plexus, which is in your chest, and has a lot to do with the way you output energy. So then it was that first, and then I cut off meat. I cut off so meat, and there's one more, and weed. I will say so far as I can't really say meat. I'm trying to really generalize what that makes me feel. I think what it did for me was it makes my body feel less heavy. I feel a lot lighter. Like my feet feel lighter when they're planted on the ground. And then as far as weed goes, I think what weed did for me in I don't know about I'm trying to relate it to the first time I started smoking weed, which is at 21, and then now, like when I smoke weed, the feeling that I received and perceived from smoking weed, and I think it actually was a intro to my spiritual awakening at first, and then now it kind of like declines my awareness in a way, so that's why I stopped. I will say what it also did. I can't really define it as declining it, but what it did, I don't want to define it as that because I'm not sure yet completely. But what I think it really did do was it definitely helped me tap into my emotions. It would either push me into my emotions or push me further away from it. So it would either disconnect me from my emotions or push me deep into my emotions. And so and an emotion is a water element, so then, and we're 90% water, so then I think it was very overwhelming for me at the time period that I was in. I just had gotten out of a breakup, and I was just kind of understanding the whole thing, but I had been following a couple people on YouTube. Foster eBay is one of them, and a lot of people that were kind of generalizing how weed has become weaponized with GMOs and whatever it's being created to do is exactly to do that. So as I was following that, I was also feeling like, hey, I should probably stop because of the fact that it does this to my emotions. And then so I kind of wanted to really test that out for myself. But I don't know, it was a hard habit to break because I did become dependent on it for a sense of escape from whatever it was that I didn't want to face. So I don't know if I'm 14 days until without smoking weed, 2 weeks. If they say it takes 21 days to create a habit, it takes 90 days to create a lifestyle. So I'm shooting for the 90 days, but even so, I don't want to I don't know if I'm gonna pick something up again. Like as far as meat goes, I don't know if I'm gonna stop eating meat for that long, and then when I see the results of what has happened to my personally after those 90 days, if I might incorporate meat again into my diet, but then at that point I almost feel like, why do it for 90 days and then go back, right? So I don't know. I'm figuring it out as I go.